Hello, hello. Welcome all to a very unplanned, unfettered, whatever Thursday, which is a Monday, which is I don't know what day of the week it is.
It's
Anyway,
the last day of the week. That's the
it's a
important part.
it's a busy week in the church world and everything. So let's see. Battery Power Bricks is here. Hello. Steve is here. Is it Yogan or I guess it's Yogan? I'm going to say that. So I always goof that up, but I don't mean to. But anyway, hello. Oh, welcome everybody. How are you?
Good.
We were having a discussion over Whatnot or Bricklink. Hogan's Heroes. Okay, all right. I can say it that way. I will remember until next week. And actually, our next show is April Fools, which is Don't Believe the Internet Day, but we will have a show. So
That's a good show because that's like going over everything you saw to that day. And
yeah.
Did you fall for this one? No. Yeah, maybe.
I do remember back in the day, was it ThinkGeek when ThinkGeek was the end all be all of our nerd experience, and I loved it, where they actually turned a couple of the April Fools products into real products. The Tauntaun sleeping bag was one of them, which was fantastic.
Yeah.
And I can't remember any of the other ones, but that was cool. But yeah, it's just don't pay attention to the Internet Day, but it's also new release day, which is funny. It would be funny if they rolled out a fake box or something in the stores. That would be hilarious.
Well,
life-size mimic treasure box or something like that you could buy.
Last year, I mean, they sent out that weird horse dog thing to all the influencers, and personally, that annoyed me because it's like, do you really need to do that? Like, they all thought it. I think based on the videos, I thought most of them thought it was a pretty dumb thing in the first place, but they felt that they had to do it or whatever. But I mean, that's just my thought. But you know,
I thought it was kind of funny just because it was kind of goofing on them because it was such a good build up to the point it went really, really bad, and you know, I thought it was kind of funny that they had to build them. So
like they don't have enough to do.
Yeah, right. Anyway, so how are you guys this evening? Everybody doing well? Everybody doing good? Let's just take a quick spin here. Olden Surly, how are you today? What's going on in your Lego world?
Well, trying to get ready to go broke on midnight of the 1st, as everybody I'm sure we're going to talk about as per the title. But just trying to get things settled where I could actually do some building. I was talking with you all. My new building this week is I'm working on a bunch of these little Black Series. For those of you that collect the old Star Wars minifigures, they're trying to not blind you with autofocus. Trying to build these little Lego stands and things like that to try to start putting some of my collection out somewhere, as opposed to
throw those back up. Those are neat, man. I've never seen those.
Yeah, they just it's a free rebrickable mock that I picked up, and I just love it because the guy did a great job of emulating what those Black Series boxes looked like before the big transition. So I just thought it's an interesting way to actually display some of these figures and do things like that. And of course, as I'm looking in Jeff's thing, they're trying to find all those red and black parts. Now magically there's a drought everywhere I go. So
how long ago was this? I always wonder if it's because of the popularity of a mock like that, like someone put something out and then suddenly, the supply of those parts just dwindles.
I'd love to think that this is actually a fairly old one, and I wanted to reach out to that guy because he gives it away as a free one, and I'll put a link in the chat for everybody. But it's just cool when you see something like that that's just out of the blue and it catches your eye, and you're like, hey, that's a neat little thing to build.
That's a really neat display too. It's subtle, but kind of you're like, hey, that's the box. That's cool.
Yeah, that's true. And then I'm taking another trip down the dark side. I'm starting to mess with those forbidden bricks again, but I couldn't resist with a Rocky,
Shun
Little Shop of Horrors.
We'll have counseling after the show.
I'm gonna need it. I'll probably need lead poison testing afterwards if I'm touching all those
Lego invention.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we have to come over. We'll all come over to your house and we'll have to sit down and wait for you to get home and then confront you about
Now, see, now I broke my camera. Even my camera disagrees with the counterfeits.
Mhm.
It's going to go through that strobe effect until I give up.
Not
I believe
really.
Mark is there. Hello. I do believe Mark is having a allergy break today. 'Tis the season.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the pollen count was today, but earlier in the week it was in the 4,000s. So that's the love that we have around here.
I think whoever actually imported those Bradford pear trees should be tried for war crimes to have the most disgusting smelling tree everywhere.
Yes.
Just
Yes, we all love the smell of fresh mackerel in the trees in the springtime. So, hello, Shield Bro, welcome here. Steve, what is up in your Lego world today?
Since Monday, I put the office set into the Bugle, so
oh, wow.
it wasn't actually as hard as I thought it was going to be, and I ran out of room early on. Like, I wanted to put the conference room and Michael Scott's office in there, and I didn't have room for everything just because the way it was configured, because I have support structures that go all the way up. So it was kind of like I was confined by those. But yeah, got that done. On Monday, I wanted to show you guys, and I totally forgot. I've started to create some of the Spider-Men that are going to go in my mock.
That's awesome.
Focus.
Oh,
So
those
I've
are
got
awesome.
I've just got these two for now. So the Benny one, or the Spaceman guy, I don't actually have classic Spaceman in my house. I'm sorry. I've got the Galaxy Explorer. I know. So I had to find Benny from my son's stuff. So I had to scrounge around in his room to try to find like the air tank and the legs and the head and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm trying to think of other Spider-Men that I could put in my mock. So
Well,
you guys got ideas.
You need a castle Spider-Man and a train Spider-Man.
This is technically my castle one.
Oh, okay. All right. That's cool.
Yeah. So he's going to be sitting way up top on the Bugle.
A pirate Spider-Man.
I've got one of my friends is going to be sending me a Johnny Thunder. So excited for that one. So I'm a Johnny Thunder Spider-Man. I thought I got to look and see if I have a brown horse, because in the movies there was a spider horse, a Spider-Man horse. So that'd be kind of funny to have like just this horse climbing a building or something. Yeah. That's about all like that.
Jake will like that. I'll have to tell him that. Since he's got his roving Spider-Verse, mock going too. So that's awesome. Hey, can you let us see the back there? See your layout back there?
Wow.
It's fabulous.
So, yeah, I've got Doc Ock that's going to be sitting on this ledge there, and I've thought about having tearing the D off of Daily Bugle. So that's just one idea that I don't have Doc Ock done yet. Like, he's close.
Let's see.
He's super fragile, but
oh wow.
So it's gonna be this. I'm waiting for these claws to come in. I've only got one set of them. Can't get it to focus. There you go. And I think I'm just gonna. I was thinking about doing like piecing together a cool body for him, but I think I'm just gonna go with this one.
Yeah.
I thought about using Fat Thor's body and making like my own trench coat and have him kind of like, I think it's the first Spider-Man when he's got like, he's just like totally out of it and he's just got the trench coat and he's not even wearing a shirt. I think that's that movie, but I thought about doing that, but I'm like, I'm just gonna use this guy. So
that would be Fluffy Thor, not Fat Thor. Thank you very much.
Okay. Fine.
Actually, that's my favorite version of Thor because of the Thor bod. That's good.
Yeah. Do you have the Jack Stone version of Spider-Man?
Oh yeah.
Mini Collector mentioned it, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that was even a thing.
It's kind of like a bigger.
Yeah, it's like a Jack Stone figure, but it's a Spider-Man still.
Huh.
So
it was
wretched.
You have a Duplo Spider-Man running around in there in the background.
Yeah, those are all. I'd have to like order all those. I'm like, my minifig collection is not that great.
I bet you could pick up Duplo Spider-Man in a small set probably right now. I don't know if you can or not, but
Is there a Duplo version?
Oh, there has to be. I would think. Yeah.
Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends is a big thing. So yeah. Which is not the original Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, because that's the best Spider-Man.
Hashtag not my Firestar.
It's not even right? There you go.
Yeah, there isn't a Duplo one yet.
So just to answer
Yes,
the
there
X-Men
is.
97 question, like that third episode came out this week, and I fell asleep the first time I was watching it, and I watched it today, and I had to like rewind it 3 times because I kept falling asleep. It's probably because I'm old, but it's also because it might be boring. All the same, it's like a perfect mess of everything. Like I can't stay awake.
Nah,
It's
it's
so
been
hard.
old.
Like 4
But
o'clock in the afternoon.
We watched it last night, and I was worried I would fall asleep. I was entertained by it because I knew the storyline from back in the day, so I was curious how they were going to work that storyline.
You have one question. Didn't
yeah.
Morph die in the original series?
I can answer that because I watched season 1 like last week because I haven't watched all of them through. Morph died in the very first few episodes.
Yeah.
And then he came back at the end of the first series, the first season. Like he hadn't actually died; they just captured him and brainwashed him.
Okay.
So then,
Yeah,
like
'cause
near the end of season
I don't
1,
remember what happened when I was in the 90s, so I'm like, I'm pretty sure Morph died. And then he's
Yeah,
back.
there you go. There you go.
Yeah. And yeah, there was a Duplo one too. I didn't.
That's pretty ugly, but I might have to get it.
It's awful.
It's
I'll
just
throw it.
hideous. Is the
I'm
back
throwing-
like totally hollow then?
No, it was a full figure from what I remember.
Yeah. You can't pull them apart. That's one of the things about Jack Stone. They were like welded, glued together. You can't pull those things apart.
Yeah, yeah.
Ugh.
I threw the Duplo one in private chat too.
Oh, did you? Hang on.
Yeah, I just missed it the first time I was looking at Spider-Man.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I thought about grabbing that final battle scene set that's out right now. There's a lot of good figures in that one.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
A little creepy.
It's so creepy. Uh-oh, we lost Old and Surly.
He's probably checking out Whatnot auctions and.
Only so.
Oh, geez.
Daniel, what's up? Join us.
Hey,
Come
Daniel.
hop on in here. Yeah. I'm kind of grooving. I actually didn't watch a lot of the X-Men in the 90s, the cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
I did not like it was kind of choppy animation style for me, which they've kind of replicated but made better and everything. It was also kind of muddy to me, the color. So this is not as muddy. You can tell it's CGI'd or however they're animated.
Yeah.
But I've enjoyed it. The 3 episodes and everything is pretty cool.
I'm on the fence about the voice acting. Like,
I was about to say, Rogue sounds, and Mark and I, Mark and I discussed this, is like Dolly Parton, because she's not that young Southern voice anymore. She's gotten age. So, and probably a couple packs of smoke. She's just like, hey, sugar. And, well, it's not exactly vibing for me right now.
hey,
but,
sugar.
How are you? No, that's not funny. That's not funny at all. Unless it is. But what 10 figures do you think will be in the X Mansion? I don't know.
Is there going to be is there a rumor of an X-Mansion set coming out?
Oh, I don't know. Let's check the rumor mill in.
Well, Old and Surly's nodding yes. So, and
Why did they have to make Magneto so darn sexy? He's like,
Sorry, I didn't realize I was talking to the mute button there. Sorry. Yeah, I'd seen something online about that being passed around. It looked pretty. Well, at least the pictures they were showing, it was very black. Well, gray, a lot of gray, obviously for a big mansion. But I don't know if that was just a.
I need to share this. I saw this rover today, and I was entertained by it. Hang on. Since I'm on the Instagrams, this is great because it is made to be like the Fisher Price Alpha Star, whatever. It's supposed to look like a Fisher Price vehicle, and this just works for me big time right here.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so cool.
it's checking all the right boxes for you.
It is. It really is. I would have gone over to my friend Jeremy's house. He would have had it. I would not. and would have just played all day with this because I love the adventure.
They
people
showed a picture of a
Price.
robot on there. Is that something that's been part of the space theme? Or like the little
Talking about,
droids, things like that?
Oh, it's
that
a
little
robot.
right there.
Yeah.
That's a fire hydrant.
Yeah.
It's a space
Yeah.
hydrant.
Oh, is it?
The little blue dot thing with the eyes on it, yeah, was on the last Space City line, I believe, in one of the bots.
But even the older classic, like some of the original sets had robots in them, little black robots.
Yeah, they did.
Um,
They did.
I find the figure with the overalls pretty funny.
Yeah,
Like you're in space and you're wearing overalls.
but that's the Fisher Price thing. You could put all the equipment on any of the figures, the little guys. So yeah, you could take your farm guy into space, and it was fun.
That's
Super
cool.
fun. Oh, I heard somebody coming in. Oh, there he is. Daniel is joining us. Hello.
Hello. Just gonna pop in pretty quick in the process of packing up tonight to head down to Orlando.
Oh, the big grand opening. Tell us about it.
Oh,
No, the big soft opening. The big soft opening.
The
The
big
big
soft
grand opening isn't happening till June or so. So
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be exciting. So going down there to get things cranking for sure.
looks pretty amazing.
Put this on.
Good,
Yeah, if you haven't seen any videos or anything of the store, definitely go check that out. It's looking really nice.
Yeah. Hey,
So,
do you
it'll be
have
exciting.
the Citron hat? Because I saw it on the Atlanta.
I do have that one as well. Yeah, hang on. Yeah, here we go. This is insane. Fever is a madman.
Yeah, he should have put the scrambled eggs, the Admiral scrambled eggs on the bill, so it looks like an Admiral at Sea hat or what. That would be hilarious.
Oh, yeah. The little stuff on the corner. There you
Yes, that would have been cool. That's a great hat. That's cool.
go. Very good.
Yeah, good deal. So soft opening for Orlando. The store looks amazing. Y'all got pieces from Brick Masters
Yes.
almost and everything.
Lots of large Lego Masters signs, which is very exciting. We're gonna have a water feature. Always goes well with Lego, I'm sure, as anyone who's attempted to mess with it knows. Let's see what else. We're gonna have a big pirate fort. We've got a big space station hanging from the ceiling. There's a lot of really cool stuff. So I'm sure once we get things going, we'll publish some more online content for y'all to see.
Cool.
But yeah, June is when to mark your calendar if you want to come down for the big grand opening. I'm sure we'll do some kind of ribbon cutting and we'll have an exclusive set and stuff.
Please have a Lego ribbon with some Lego scissors. They don't actually cut it, and then they touch
Right.
and they fall
Yeah.
apart and break
Everything just breaks apart.
For sure.
do you guys
and then everybody just stands there awkwardly looking like that wasn't supposed to happen, or maybe it was.
Okay, it's open.
question? Do you,
Get the clue.
in the advertisement, do you guys literally sit there and say, Mark and Steven will be there because they basically work for the company anyhow? Like, do you even bother saying that these days?
Yeah, we'll still promote it. We'll still promote it because we'll get local
Well,
traffic from down there in Florida. Who
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
know,
true. They
like
might not-
everybody up here does.
Yeah.
So, yes, the Fever hat, long awaited after all of these Atlanta-based postal delays we've been having lately. Don't know if anybody else has been the victim of that, but took a while to get here.
I heard the people discussing that. I saw it on the chat on Bricks and Beer Chat or whatever, that they were talking about that. My son's debit card goofed up on him, so he can still use it. He just can't do the chip, doesn't work for him, so he can do the tap. So he called him to get another one, and that was a week ago, and it hasn't showed up. And they're like, "Well, if it doesn't show up tomorrow, we'll try it again." But the mail is really screwed up around here. So
That's interesting. My kid's debit card got compromised, his tap card, and they in our bank systems currently, they actually get you to go to your local branch because then you can prove who you are in person as well to kind of cut back on fraud. So yeah, I thought that was kind of an interesting idea. I'm like, it makes total sense too, because you got to show ID that way, and it's harder to hopefully harder to clone someone's ID.
yeah, that's true. Unless you weekend and Bernie's it, you kill the guy and then bring him in. And look, here's his new card, right?
Yeah.
That's cool though. So are any of the I don't know, are any of the team from Atlanta like transferring to the new locale, or is it a whole new team down there?
Not permanently. So we'll have a few people as we get things going. So Garrett, one of our guys up here, has been down there this week. I'm going down tomorrow, and then Joe will be down Sunday. So Joe and I will be there for all of opening week. But right now, the kind of head manager down there is Joey, which he's been up here for a few different conventions. So if you've never gotten a chance to meet him, he's a really great guy. He's very smart, very talented. So he's going to be doing a lot of good work for us down there, and hopefully hiring a lot of the right people so we can be just as successful.
Not Lego Joey though, right?
No,
Not Legoland, New York Joey.
Yeah, I was
No,
gonna say,
no, Joey's a student at UCF, Central Florida,
Okay.
so he's right there nearby.
cool. All right. Gosh, I don't even know who the best Lego Instagram leakers are now that 1414 guy's gone.
I've been just using the Reddit Lego leak thread.
Mm.
But I mean, I don't see much there. Oh, Jason. Some guy named Jason just placed a Bricklink order with me after I said just before the chat that Bricklink's been horribly slow.
And I literally just hit it, so it's working pretty good now.
That kind of mail gets through no problem.
There you go. So, Jeff, you can go ahead since we ain't got to you. You were saying, and we've talked about this a few times. Bricklink seems to be the sales are slowing down. Yeah.
For me, I mean, I sell parts and poly bags and instructions. And in the past 2 weeks, I've had 2 orders come in from first-time buyers that they never paid. Like I've sent, like one was from China. I got an order in, and I sent the invoice and waited a week and haven't gotten payment. And then I sent them a message, still haven't gotten payment, so I'm gonna have to cancel that one. And then the other one was just like, I'm guessing some kid or whatever that set up an account and placed an order and hasn't responded. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I've had like 3 or 4 orders in the past couple of weeks, and it just seems kind of slow right now. And I don't know if that's just like the time of the year or the economy. Like, who knows, right? Like, last year I don't remember any slow periods. That's kind of where I'm getting at, I guess.
Right.
And I mean, I just put new stock in my store, so I don't think it's that either. But it could just be that I'm running out of good things to sell.
Well, I know Matt had said that too about his store, that he was slowing down. I know I've heard that Jenny here is also got some slowness. Daniel, what about y'all's Bricklink? Y'all use Bricklink to sell too, right?
I mean, ours is slowing down right now, but I mean, by our own doing. We're taking a lot of stuff off of Bricklink and listing it on our own website. We're basically going to try and sell all of our parts through our website instead of Bricklink. But I mean, we've never really been that crazy in Bricklink. It's not like a core pillar of the business, so it's not affecting us too much. But I would say it hasn't changed drastically in the last 2 years for us. But we obviously don't have near as much investment in it as say Jenny.
Yeah, and you guys axed the Whatnot. Y'all were Whatnotting for a little while, right?
We did briefly. I don't know how long we might have done it. It might have only been like 3 or 6 months, but once it started to kind of hit that point where it was just all these this kind of small group of huge sellers who was able to do these massive giveaways and just having really high quality product, we kind of decided to tap out.
Yeah,
we were sort of using it as a way. It was before we started listing like as is sets. We were using it as a way to sell off more like incomplete things and parts, grab bags and stuff. And I just don't think that was the kind of thing that people on Whatnot were looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I remember buying the Minions parts from you guys, and you being disgusted by my choices. And yeah.
Yep.
All right, got a package that just came in the mail. My discounted 3-in-1 camera. Woohoo! $15 on the Amazon.
Is there a disclaimer on there that says does not take real photos? Just curious. Probably not.
Batteries not included.
Models cannot be built simultaneously. You at the construction. So that's all in there. So anyway, I'll probably
Nice
build
French.
this. Thank
How
you
many
very
kids
much.
are going to recognize the film canister anyway? They'll be like, "Wait a minute, what is that? You know, is that a
Is that the
toolbox?"
battery? Why is it?
Where you put your Altoids?
Well, I will say this is a fantastic set. But this one suffers probably the worst of any. From the A model is great, B model is pretty cool, but the C model is derpy as all get out.
Is that like a GoPro? What is that?
It's supposed to
TV,
be
I
a
think.
television.
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
But, yeah.
The camera looks a lot like the that gift with purchase that they had a few years back.
yeah.
But it looks a little more detailed. I guess because they got more parts, obviously, as a 3 of them. But
Yeah, I have been in the local Lego store, and somebody is like, I'm looking for the Lego camera. They're like, do you want the $70 camera or however much the Polaroid is, or the $20 camera?
Mhm.
And they're like, there's two options, and I have seen them go 20, please, you know, that kind of thing. So, but this is a cool build. Jake's built one, and I was able to pick one up, so I'm gonna start building it here in a bit. Anyway, let's go back to Jeff. Jeff, what is up in your Lego world?
So just first talk about what Old and Surly was talking about a few minutes ago, where he's got the minifigures display stands, or the Black Series display stands. He posted a link to that those instructions on Rebrickable in the private chat too, Chris, for later if you want to show it or share it.
Yeah.
You guys all know these guys, the little Iron Man armory stacks that you can build. I came up with the brilliant idea of saying, hey, I'm going to display all 150. Hey, Dana. All 150 or 100 and whatever of my minifigures in these things. I got maybe 30 or 40 in, and I've run out of display things. I need to build another 90. But I was like, what do you do with these Hulk figures? Because Hulks don't fit in here. I mean, Bruce Banners would, but Hulks wouldn't. So I ended up designing something that is fairly strong when it's together. But if it's an individual unit, it's a little weak because just the way the brackets are on the bottom. But I designed this, and I've been playing with the idea of putting something on Rebrickable. So I created free instructions for this on Rebrickable. It's not available yet on there because it has to be approved. And it said 2 days, but it's almost been 2 days now. So I'm assuming that it takes a while. But I figured, you know what, I'll throw that up there for free and see if anybody's interested in it, and slowly make my way into the Rebrickable world of mock building and stuff. But yeah, I thought this is kind of cool because now it's a corner unit, so I can basically put it in the corners and have walls coming out this way and this way.
Or you can continue to curve it.
I could do. Yeah, I mean, I'm planning to build 2 of these, but I am literally out of these guys. I need to order another 1,000 of them.
Look, you people don't need to dominate another sports category. I mean, a Lego category. All right.
What category is that?
Well, the Lego Masters, the Lego. Now you're dominating the.
here goes Rebrickable, another thing lost to foreign competition.
Who's dominating? Oh, I see. Canadians. Please, this is my first thing, and I didn't think it was all that great. But
dang it, you were supposed to throw a sorry in there, and you didn't.
Sorry.
They took our box.
I don't know what you're talking about, and I said it purposely that way for you guys. And yeah, did I put Baby Groot in a corner? No, not yet. But I've also kind of made it so that like a normal set, a couple of figs could fit on those stands too. So, but yeah, I mean, like they do all curve. Like they do have enough flexibility on the sides that you could make a circle with them. But like I said, I wanted something to put Hulks on, and the Hulk just barely fits in that space.
It works.
So I thought, hey, that works. So I also built the large space base.
Space.
And I have to say, this is the weakest thing in this series.
Oh my god, it's horrible.
It's just,
it's horrible.
I just think the first thing you build, and I built it, and I'm like,
it's just horrible.
What is this?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad it's not just me that thought that.
No. And the consensus is, I think worldwide, that is the most horrible portion of that entire thing.
Yeah.
It's like a space Zamboni.
Yeah. Well,
not even a good space Zamboni.
No, not at all. And I mean, after building the rover, like the $40 rover, whatever price it is in the States, you expect better
Yeah.
I would say. And I didn't really look at it in the picture, but I expected it to be a little wider as well, which I mean, it is 6 wide-ish.
But still,
But yeah, it was just like, what is this? But yeah, I mean, the rest of the build was okay. I like the base. I like how the crane works on it. It's back here somewhere.
Do you think do you think it was a leftover Lightyear concept that just went awry and then
Yeah, it
they
could
just
be.
threw it in there?
It could be. I mean,
but even worse, they just phoned it in.
Yeah.
And you would expect more if it was a Lightyear holdover, but no.
well, yeah, I mean, looking at it, I guess it could look like the Lightyear vehicles and stuff. Reminds me, I don't even know where my Lightyear vehicles are. Huh. I should have brought that to Atlanta BrickCon last year, earlier. Anyway.
Or did you, and then somebody took them.
No, I didn't bring them. I'm pretty sure I didn't. But yeah, so I've been doing that. So I've expanded my army of space guys. I've got one more set to build that I have here. I've got the space station, but
Yay!
what
What?
are you
What?
making those noises for? I'm
I think
confused.
somebody was making a noise. I don't know who was making a noise. Was it
I was
Chris?
making fun of Dana.
Oh.
Okay.
Hey, with the glazing.
I don't do that, do I?
I still have the space station to build, but that one is not my favorite by the look of it. I'm not a big fan of it just because there's no, like, you get that center ring and there's no real way to move between the modules.
Yeah.
It's like I got to go to the bathroom. I'm going to go do an airlock now. Like, this seems
It has potential, but they just didn't do it quite.
Yeah.
Quite.
I
But
thought
the little
you were going to
containers
that.
and the little flyer for that are
Okay.
all really cool. So
okay. Well, I will build it. I mean, I'm still missing the larger size rover, which it just hasn't come on sale yet, so I don't want to buy it. But I did pre-order, so I am getting an April 1st set. But I did pre-order the next module in the City Space one, just to get my gift of purchase. I figured I'd throw a few things in.
there you go.
So I ended up pre-ordering that one. So, but yeah, I think that's all the spending I want to do. Come April 1st.
You're not going to do the D&D set?
Well, I want to do I mean, D&D is, I've never played D&D. I love Castle. It's kind of Castle-y. Yeah, it is Castle-y, but it's just, I don't know. Like, I'm on the fence about it. I will buy it if it gets reduced in price at some point, or or if I have enough VIP points and I've run out of other, like.
Do you mean
other
you're
stuff.
not tempted by the
I'm not.
Mimic dice box?
No, not at all. Not at all. Because I don't have any dice to put in the dice box.
You gotta get some dice.
Dice right here. He's in the mail.
Well, I have regular dice, but no. I don't know. Like I said, one of these days I'll get into D&D. I know.
There are D20s and D8s and D4s in here. No, there's good stuff. It's good stuff.
But
It's okay. It's okay.
Good
You
stuff.
can
yeah,
just
one of these days I might. But I'm not willing to spend the $600 or whatever it is, $500 Canadian.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it's like I think it's $469 or something like that, or $479.
I have to say, if I lived in Canada, I would probably buy less Lego just because my mind couldn't wrap around the price difference.
Yeah.
When I see people list prices in Australia, I get a stroke.
Yeah.
It's like, oh God, no, different hobby. Come on.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeesh. No, yeah. So no, I understand.
I would really have to find like a deep discount to get the D&D set, because it's just going to be shelf sitting, and it would be fun to if I could get that subscribe service where they send you the set, you get to build it and then pack it back up and send it to some other kid. I might do that. That would be fine. But no,
That sounds like an interesting thing you could start here. Everybody starts mailing their big expensive sets to one another.
well, there
Except
has been a thought, and I'll see what you guys think about this. There has been a thought to take OGB and try to make us Lego certified, whatever, so we get the sets to review,
Oh, cool.
and then when it comes in, we ship it to an OGB person and let them do it.
The thing is that the postal service in Atlanta, you already said, stinks. So
Yeah,
But not in Canada.
later.
Although the
Months
funny
later,
thing
you
is,
get it, yeah.
now the funny thing is that big disaster that happened in Boston this week.
Mm.
I wonder how much Lego is sitting in some of those containers that's not going to get where it's intended anytime soon.
Do you mean Baltimore?
Baltimore, yeah.
Was it Baltimore? I'm sorry, I thought it was Boston. Baltimore. Yeah.
I was like, did something happen in Boston? I don't know.
That's right. One B town to another B town. It's all,
Yeah.
it's all what it is. But yeah.
Unfortunately, I think it was all heading out, leaving the country.
No,
That particular ship.
I guess it would have been stuff maybe going out, but it goes, but it leaves there to go to other ports
Oh, that's true.
because that is a hub for stuff that comes in to then go to southeast and then further and stuff like that. So
Good point.
Maybe it's full of Mega Block and they can't ship it out. And
Yeah.
that would be fantastic.
who knows?
All those Temu envelopes are about to be delayed for a while.
Chris Fleebnark threw something in chat that I think is funny. You might want to highlight it.
For Lego certified old and surly. Yeah, that's true.
I will burn it. I will burn it all.
Get that out of here.
And-
Around.
Minifig collector, I am using the A-frame plate in here.
Those are awesome.
So they're dirt cheap too. But anyway,
Cheap.
cheap,
All right, Dana.
Hey, very Easterly. Cheap.
Cheap.
Cheap. That's right. Cheap. Dana, what is going on in your world today?
I spent the last 2 days sorting black.
You're my hero.
Oh, and I powered through it. I powered through it. I had a tub that was basically this size, full of black, and I just powered through it. I was nose down. It was conference calls. I'm like, I'm just gonna sit here and drive through it, which was cool because I actually was able to finish it in about 2 days. I want to say it was about 2 days. I think I might have started a little bit on Sunday, but I really kind of poured through it all day Monday and today, or not Monday. When did maybe it's longer. Shoot, I gotta go to the Instagram stories. I've lost track of time. But in the plus side of things, I did go ahead and start pulling as I was putting some stuff away.
Wait,
You
you
might
tell
not be able-
time by Instagram stories? Is that what?
Yeah, that's funny. I was laughing at
Don't
that.
you?
Well, no, I'd have to go back. It's the easier way of checking my memory is going back and looking at my Instagram story because trying to focus on my actual memory. Yeah, not so good. Not so good.
Yeah. Okay.
But I did start pulling parts for some builds today that I'm parting together. So this is not something I'm building that is mine. It's something else is built. And you may or may not, well, one of them, you can't see the bottom. That might be helpful to see what's going on in there. Yes, I'm making all sorts of great internet sound.
Feels good.
But-
Or sounds good.
So these are the tubs. And I'm dropping pieces.
Oh man.
So those are some of the pieces that I pulled so far. And I'm going to, now it's the incentive to go through and do the rest of the pulling so I can actually start putting these together. Because I think I'm going to have about 95, maybe 98% of the parts I need to build these two sets. And I'm excited because I've never built them before. So this is kind of a teaser for things to come. So more on that later.
Also, Dana really likes Cool Whip.
You know what? Everybody gives me a creep about my Cool Whip bowls.
Hey, man, when I was a kid, I used to eat Cool Whip out of a dish.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
Lord only knows how many Cool Whip bowls I've gone through in my lifetime
Like-
for other things. But now you got to think about this. All
That's
right,
like 3 Thanksgivings worth of Cool Whip for me right there.
right here, that's 2 pies.
Right.
And every year, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and my birthday is at least 2 pies. So that's 6 tubs a year over several years. And I'm old enough to know to hold on to fine Cool Whip Tupperware. So that's why I have as many of these as I have.
I am
And-
100% behind you on that.
Look.
Plus
When
side is you won't need to
when
be
we have
involved.
fancy company
You got
coming
plenty of
over,
them.
we use Cool Whip. But if it's regular, it's Country Crock. All right.
Well,
That's
that's
for
just it.
sure.
We don't do we do stick butter. We don't do tub butter. So otherwise, I'd probably have tub butter. But that's a whole nother story.
Wait, hold
Hey,
on.
that's my
Country
nickname for
Crock
high school.
in replacement for Cool Whip?
No, it's just
the
a different
bowl.
form
Go
of
to-
it's a
Different
different
bowl.
form of white. It's a different form of poor white trash. It's
Fair enough.
it's a
Okay.
varying scale of things.
Yeah.
It's,
Tub butter was my
Canada have
nickname in
full white
college.
trash?
it's difficult. It's difficult. But I did receive something in the mail yesterday that I opened it, but I didn't take anything out. And so I'm going to share this with you guys. It may be a little lackluster. It may be a little anticlimactic, but we're going to do it anyway. What do you say?
Thank
Let's
you.
go for
Do we
it.
have a choice?
So,
Man who manages his expectations very well.
low expectations on OGB. What can you say?
That's the name of the game.
So in the interest of shipping, the instructions were removed except for the stickers. So that's what's in here. But otherwise, it is a box of bags and parts. Does anybody want to gather what's in here?
Moonbase. Friends Moonbase.
Oh, friends moon bases.
Friends,
How many of those?
Mars base, but yes,
Well, okay.
Whatever it's called. Yeah.
Mars has
And-
moons too, you know.
there should be 3 sticker sheets to go with the 3 sets. So now I am officially up to 8 Mars base sets to put together to do my original idea of just combining them together for fun and then redoing them again into actual moon base modules and then make them so they can be interchanged between Mars base and moon base and however it's going to go.
How many sets are you looking to get?
This was my original goal was 8. My original comment on New Elementary was, wouldn't it be great if somebody got together and did like 10 of these sets to make a little base out of them? Well, that somebody obviously was going to turn around and be me. But when I designed it digitally just to see what it would look like, 8 was cool because I could mimic the moon base or the space city tower. And use the purple windows to do the same thing around the outside. So I needed at least 8 for that. If I add more to it down the road, time will tell. Now, here's the great part about this.
Oh wait, there's more.
Oh, wait, there's more. I received a random Instagram message from this guy, and he's like, hey, I remember you saying something somewhere that you were still looking for some more of those sets at $48. My Walmart here in California has them at $48. If you want, I can ship them to you.
Jeez.
So I was like, I did the math. I'm like, at $48, even with the shipping, that's still cheaper than 20. I think it wound up being like $56 and change a piece, which is still, better than 30% off. So I was like, sure, let's go for it. So, dude, I picked him up. I Venmo'd him. He shipped him in a box, and yesterday arrived, and now I have 8 sets, so I can start building and having some fun. Now I'm regretting that I didn't get more dark orange plates during lug bulk,
Yeah.
but who
The,
knows?
The little mini polybag ones, if you can find those, they come with 8 1x2 trans or the orange plates.
Ah, yes, that would be good.
Or I think it's 8 per bag.
Either that, or I might just do it for fun. I'll do it with the tan.
Yeah.
Since I got enough tan.
Question.
What
are you doing in the middle of each of the bases? Because I mean, with the corridors, like there's kind of like an empty section in the middle of that set, right?
Yes. Well, you can do it either way. So
I just like making Dana get up and
Yeah.
you just like to look at my ass. It's okay. It's all right. It's the OGB ass, if I like to say. So
This is like a cartel, I swear.
Oh,
Look,
great,
there's 3 right there.
there's 3 right there. That's 3
Still
right
great,
there.
bud.
So you can connect them together like that.
okay, yeah, all right. I'm looking at my version, and
Yeah.
okay,
That's how many sets right there.
This is 2
That's-
sets. This is 2 sets connected, and
Yeah.
it's actually 2 sets minus 2 sections. So you
2
could
sets,
actually even drop this over further
Okay.
and make a bigger white section in the middle.
all right.
But what
I was-
did,
I was assuming you would put like one of those modules between each of the windows, but then you have a big open center in the middle.
Move your chair. I can't see your butt.
that and I'm pulling a moto all at the same time.
He's breaking things.
Yeah, well, they're only held together with a couple of Technic pins, so go figure. So now I just pulled a moto.
Yay!
Total motoed it. All over the place. So
Moto will appear in a few moments then.
yeah.
Yes. You rang.
Like Beetlejuice.
Mini dolls.
Moto, moto, moto.
That means Dana's got like 8 pudgy cats too.
Budget
Sorry.
caps? I don't know.
I don't know what
Chunky
that
cat.
means.
Chonky cat, whatever.
This won't pick up exactly, but you are asking about the hole in the middle, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So what I did is I created a little section
Okay.
to go in the center.
Yep.
And then of course it gave me a perfect location to create a tower to do the tower.
Yep.
And then just stole the tower from the city space, except for I will turn around and use, and this is why I wanted 8, because then I can use the purple
Yeah, okay.
for the windows,
Yeah.
and it only comes 1 per set, so I need at least 8.
Yeah, okay.
But now I don't have a rocket, so I guess technically I need a 9th one, so I can do an actual rocket, or just wait until those pieces eventually show up on Bricks and Pieces sometime in the fall. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's the odds are I probably won't wait, and I'll find another one on $48 somewhere along the line. But
That was a January release, so it'll be June when those appear. So
maybe
it's a 6-month window.
could be.
Yeah, June or July, hopefully.
Yeah, and especially since I've got enough. And basically, I wanted to have enough of the purple and all that together. Are we talking chunky cats?
Yes, we
We're
are.
always talking chunky cats. At least now I have enough parts to actually build everything I wanted to build, just to make the base, the core, because those purple parts I wasn't going to have, the domes I wasn't going to have, the orange connector or the reddish orange connectors, the reddish orange girders. So this basically just gave me a good way of getting all of that. And at $48 a pop, that was still going to be cheaper than Bricklink down the road.
True.
So that's my fun. That's what I'm doing.
No, that's super cool. It's amazing how much just a little bit of Friend style has made those Friend space sets so much cooler looking. I mean, and I like the new space sets a lot, but then that the little bit of style, the curvy whatever, and all that kind of stuff. It's like, oh, why can't y'all do this for the regular space? I mean, give it that much love.
It's close enough, but it's for whatever reason, it's just adding that little bit of purple in there to create contrast that we're not getting in the city sets. The city sets are very bland, generic. I mean, the contrasting color we've got is the reddish orange,
And sand blue.
with sand blue, and the sand blue is very muted and just kind of gets muddled down into the details. It gets lost. I mean,
It looks gray.
yeah, it does. So basically, if you would change out the sand blue for purple, it would totally change the feel of it, and it would look like the Friends sets. And there you go. Friends has style and curves.
Yes, it does.
I like it. I like it.
But I'm going to be constantly disappointed that they could have made that cool backpack piece minifig compatible. It would not have been that hard, I don't think. I've not held one. It would have been fantastic because that looks very 70s space helmet.
Oh no!
So when I get some Dremel tools going after it, I think
no,
I will turn to the
it's a
dark side.
fantastic piece.
It kind of fits.
Nah,
If you don't mind about air leaks. I mean, you know.
yeah, not so much.
Close enough does not play in spacesuits, sir.
We were just talking about cockpits and how many of those things don't quite seal the way they should, according to Lego.
Hey, I'm a child of the '80s where they just slapped a rocket to a chair, so that's
That's right, dude. In
how
my
about-
oh, no windows in the truck. That's funny, dude. In my space when I was a kid, I had the whole thing where the suit it filtered the poop, and the whole spacesuit was so advanced for the Lego guys. They could live in it forever, and the whole thing, right? So
well, and technically, that's kind of like
I've been watching too much Dune.
I was gonna say it's like a still suit, yeah. But
well,
even,
and when in Iron Man, when he goes, he says, he makes a little side comment of like, he peed the suit and you get a filter that you could drink that water. I'm like, just like my spaceman.
well, I always remember in The Right Stuff where they're like, he's got to go, just go.
You see the little sensors.
Little sensors, beep, 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 beep.
Dumb and Dumber. Just go, man.
Just go.
Just go, man. Just go. And he's frozen. He gets off the thing.
My hands are freezing. Well, we are in the Rockies.
So I got a side comment here. It's a plate round 2x2 with rotation stem.
Are you
Like,
speaking
round.
English?
I
Two
don't
by two.
know. We'll see here. So I was doing some sorting, and I ran across not the
Oh yeah. I know that piece.
but this thing.
Hold it up.
It's used in the Ninjago sets. It's like this
Yeah.
thinner thingy that they sit on.
Normally you would there would be a thing here and you could use and twirl it around, but they also have done this as they'll put a 2x2 round with a pin on it underneath it to act as like a bottom, and
Okay.
they use this in the stunts sets to hold as little stanchions for
They'll put a tire on it for grip.
no for the ramps. They would you would use this as a support underneath the ramps.
Hmm.
I don't know. I had never seen this before. I had to go look it up. I was like, what the? I mean, this part came out in what was it? I can leave this. So this part has been around since 2019.
Yep.
And I had never seen it before. Never seen it before.
To be fair, all your Legos in boxes. Like you have so much Lego, you're never gonna see it all.
Well, no, but I mean, the funny thing is that it came in stunts sets and Ninjago sets,
Yeah.
which I don't build Ninjago sets, and I have stunt sets, but I haven't opened them, so I would not have seen it since. They even used this in some Monkey Kid sets.
I think
Do
the
you
first
think
thing I saw
about-
it in was the Harry Potter chessboard. They used it with the rubber tires on it for the feet.
Ah,
The
you're
bottom
right.
was more grip.
You're right, and that was even in 2021.
Yeah.
2019 would have been Ninjago sets. They used it with little little hand thing so you could mimic them flying around and spinning and stuff.
Mhm. Do
Strange.
you think when we get in about 20, 30 years, there's going to be a new hoarders show and they're going to be coming into our Lego houses and
Hey, I know that
and-
guy. I used to lives with him.
you see Dana's legs crushed by the Lego that fell on him and you know
Walk into a tunnel. It's like, be careful, I might collapse on you.
yeah, you walk through a tunnel, you knock a knight off, you know.
And Chris, I happen to know for a fact that you probably have more Lego in your basement than I do.
It's possible.
It's possible. It's
You
possible.
see, Chris, you could be on.
I think you're about to lap me, sir. Because
I don't
you're-
no. I don't think so. I really because I have seen the room that has the unbroken down spaceships in it.
Now
That's
you know
true.
you can
I
see
do have
Chris
a lot of mocks
like
that are
traveling the
not.
country like Lego pickers in a minivan, crawling through, finding some old wooden duck, and going, I found my grail.
There's Lego in there. I can smell it. There's Lego in
Smell
there.
the ABS plastic or whatever.
All the windows are blacked out. There's got to be some Lego in there.
Yeah.
Trying to protect those white Lego bricks.
That's right. There's no fading on those bricks. We need to go in.
I would totally watch a Legos picker show.
I would
That
too.
would
I would.
I
too.
think they're coming for Brickzar first. I think he's got his
probably.
beat.
He lives like 20 minutes that way, so
I don't know why we don't see more of him. He it's not like he's in Alabama, is he?
no, he's here. He's in Cartersville.
Yeah. I mean, granted,
uh,
he's probably, all worked up with Cabbage Patch Kids and stuff like that, but
No, that's Cleveland.
that's Cleveland. I'm sorry. Cartersville actually happens to be Carter's baby clothing. I'm sorry. Different babies.
Yes,
Same state, different babies.
but yeah, he kind of does his own thing. He's not in our lug, but he's got a great following. He does a great job on his videos. He does the more popular old fellows who do talk about Lego. The A-Fool.
Wow.
yeah,
I think
those
you
guys.
just
A full podcast. Yep.
gatekeeped and elite and made us feel all very bad at the same time.
I do that every week. I don't know why.
It's true. It's just
He's
true.
multitasking.
Well,
It's
I
just
am.
true.
AARP has 4 letters. Lego has 4 letters. I wonder if it's like a Da Vinci Code thing.
Could be.
Mm.
Although that Brickzar guy, he has an obsession with these things too. So
The dumper truck. Yeah.
dumper truck.
Yes, yes, he does.
Speaking of YouTubers who are making a name for themselves, that Brixie guy who's in Canadian from Edmonton, Ontario, Edmonton, Canada, Edmonton, Alberta. Sorry. Anyways, I don't know if you've ever heard of Brixie.
Yes.
I have.
He just bought, or he's leasing a freaking warehouse, like 30 feet by 80 or 100 feet, if not bigger, and basically gutting the place and making that his Lego room. And I'm like, that is the dream.
I was gonna say, bucket list.
Yeah.
I won't throw out challenge accepted, but I will say bucket list.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Pretty
So,
cool.
my wife,
My
my
wife.
wife's sister's fiance, he has an outbuilding, like he does cars and stuff and all that kind of jazz. But it's probably a 40 by 40 or more building that he's got built out back with 2 garage doors on it. He's got a bathroom and pool tables, and I'm like, this would be the greatest Lego room ever. Because you could back your truck into it,
Yes.
right? Or your vehicle
Yes.
and unload without dealing with stairs. And I'm like, that's bucket list for me right there. You'll know I won the lottery when you see my 18 van backing up to my outbuilding where my Lego's at. Okay.
Yeah.
That's just what it's gonna be.
I've been looking at real estate locally just for the heck of it. I'm not planning to move anytime soon, but just looking for that future, getting older, gonna get a place. And like, I'm looking at it in the country, and a lot of places have like those barn buildings or whatever in their yard, or like the big garages. And I'm like, that would be great. It's just, I'm gonna have to heat them because I'm in Canada.
Right.
And that would just be, and I know Lego can handle the cold, but I don't want to not be able to build for half the year.
The Lego can handle the cold, but will Jeff handle the
Will
cold?
Jeff- yeah, exactly.
Is the problem. Yeah.
So, but, and I mean, do I want to walk to a different building to, get to my Lego collection in the middle of the
nonsense.
afternoon?
Well, realistically, what you would wind up doing is you would put a cot and a heater in the
this is
shed
true.
or the garage, or the barn, or whatever you want to call it. And realistically, you will just be, once every 3 or 4 days, you'll leave the Lego annex to go into your house to take a shower, or you'll
Sure.
have a shower in the Lego annex too.
Just
There
make
you
sure
go.
your wife isn't dead. Every 3 days, just walk in there.
Well, Jeff's single. He's fine at the moment.
If you put in a
Okay.
wash station
Well,
for
then
all your used Lego, then you can just shower there. Shower
Yeah.
with the Lego.
Shower with the Lego.
There's always
We predicted the death of Dana by Fault B. Now we predicted Jeff Van Winden's death. He is frozen, a la the end of The Shining in his Lego room.
Yeah.
Holding bricks in my hands, like, yeah. Although one more thing I was going to say, I've had, and I think we've talked about this in the past, but my ultimate dream, Lego retirement village. Buy one of those complexes, have everybody that's AFOLs move into it with one of those center buildings.
well.
Yeah. We talked about that in the past, right? With one of those center buildings where it's just a year-long Lego show.
Well, because I mean, this is kind of like when they talk about the Gen Z retirement homes as abandoned malls renovated for, Gen Zs to retire into. But I really kind of like this whole concept of there being an AFOL community mall with, display space and brick tables and
Yeah, preferably somewhere warm, and I just come down in the winter months.
Well, and then you charge admission, right? It's like a living
Those
museum.
are my 2x4s, whatever, Grandpa. Just take 'em out.
It's like a continuous museum exhibit, right? You can charge
Exactly.
entry.
yeah,
Well, I mean, ideally, people would change things out as they go, and
exactly.
Yeah.
You've got
There you
different
go.
people working on different projects that get swapped out of the different display windows throughout
Yeah.
periodically.
Here's an old Lego set. Here's an old person.
Yeah. And if you move real slow, they'll take the bricks right out of your hand. Don't startle them.
So now it's a petting zoo.
Don't tap on the glass.
No flash
Okay,
photography. No flash photography. You got some.
I have to tell the preacher joke. Young preacher went into the nursing home, right? And he thought he was all full and he thought he was all awesome and everything. And he would go around shaking people's hand, go in the nursing home, going, "Do you know who I am?" And they'd go, "No." He go, "I'm the new preacher down at the thing." And he kept going around. Go, "Do you know who I am?" "No, I don't. I'm the new preacher down at the Baptist church." And finally gets to this lady in the wheelchair. Goes, "Do you know who I am?" And she goes, "No, but that lady at the desk will tell you if you need to know."
nice.
You're welcome.
Oh, jeez. We haven't talked about April 1st sets.
Oh,
No, we haven't. And we haven't said hello to Rich. Hello, Rich.
Oh, hey, Rich.
Hi.
Nice.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
That is all.
it's only like 10 sets coming out on the first, right? It's not even
There's
like
more than that.
Is
I think the Brick Fan posted a link of all the sets coming out, and they missed the space ones coming out, and they
Oh,
missed a
wow.
few other ones, Spider-Man mega figures, and there's something else they missed.
Well,
Gotcha.
because
It seemed awful low.
Yeah,
we know we're getting the Friends Rover, the expansion to the city space,
yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up. Shop at home.
All I keep seeing is flowers and flowers and flowers. So
Wait, is D&D, is it April 1 or is it April? Something is April 4. Is it the Batman set that's April
It's the
4?
4th, but I think if you're VIP Lego VIP, you can get it on the
Yeah,
1st.
it's the first. Yeah, a few of them
Oh.
are available on the 4th for non-VIP.
yeah, the Batman set.
Yeah, the Gotham. That's another great one there. That Gotham. set.
Friends Rover is no longer early purchase on Lego.com. I went and looked today, and my what was in my cart, and in my cart was empty. So it is no longer available pre-purchase, but it is on Amazon. You can get it in your house by Tuesday, guaranteed. So
Well, it's probably faster what it's going to take for me to get it from Lego because Lego. Although they did ship me my GWPs from that order the other day, but they didn't show that they've shipped the Rover and the Insider Points set that's supposed to come with it. So I'm assuming that'll probably ship Saturday.
you know what? That makes me remind me of, and I'm so thankful for social media for bringing back to my memory the Kmart commercial of "Ship My Pants," because it is one of the funniest commercials ever, and it's come up in my. It just rotates through every once in a while. So every time you're saying "ship my Lego," I'm like,
Ship my Lego.
Wow, look at that.
I think I'm going to ship my pants.
I love the aircraft, all the suspended aircraft. That's amazing.
So does David
Oh.
Sincere, but he's not actually in. He's in chat, but not here.
Yes, you can ship your pants. I ship my pants.
Did you ship yourself?
I can ship.
Um,
I can ship your pants.
Can you ship a brick?
Shots fired.
So funny.
Jeez.
But yes, so I will probably be going to my Lego store on Monday.
So,
Specifically.
by the way, you need to just your thoughts and prayers with my son. He had this big plan,
Oh, no.
and he ran over a piece of metal and cut a tire today, and it's $120 out of his pocket.
He should have only been
So-
on 2 tires. He's not learning, Chris.
No, that's true. It was one of the ones that got replaced the other day, and it just something cut it. He ran over it, and
Did he not get road hazard insurance on the tire?
no, we got I'm the one who bought them, so and he paid me back, but no, they did not do that this time, and
Dope.
yeah,
Dope.
but they didn't charge me for installation or anything. They gave me a deal, so
Well, that's good. That's,
yeah.
that's good.
But
So
But yeah,
evidently
so-
he was going to be having a fun Monday purchase, and that has now been shelved.
that he has his eyes on the Batman set and all that kind of stuff. So, but he has also decided that he's like, I can sell Lego and get money for them. So
How did he
he's
figure
crossed
that out?
Rubicon.
So if only he worked at a place where he could easily do that.
I was
know
going to say,
that?
Chris, you might need to start paying attention to what sets go missing in your.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, where's my Galaxy Explorer? Yeah, I used to get away with like taking a part off of his thing, but all of a sudden,
You're going to start seeing things missing.
all of a sudden the mobile lab from space. I'm like, wait a minute, where's that? Anyway, so. No, his boss would call me in a minute, going, "Wait a minute, what's going on?"
I need
If
to,
anything that's not Chima or Ninjago comes in from Jake, it's definite quick call to Chris.
By the way, if you go to the Bricks and Minifigs in there he is.
You'll never see it coming.
Busted. I'm so busted. Now I sold some sets to Bricks and Minifigs in Jake's store. Chris bought some stuff, and I did sell him a sealed Chima from the first line, the Big Crow. Sold it to him. 4 months later, it's still sitting there.
Wah, wah.
You know what though? With stuff like that, it's just time. Lego's the long haul. It's a long game. It's a long game.
How much time you got?
Chima may be longer.
I haven't. I found out today that I probably won't be able to retire till I'm 70. So I've got some time.
I've got a Shima set sitting on my shelf for almost 2 years.
And it was probably sitting on somebody else's shelf for longer than that.
So,
Probably
in fact,
sitting-
actually, Steve brought it up. We were messaging the other day. He
Steve, are you
came
cheating
in
on
after Chima,
Are you
right?
messaging with Chris? Chris, are you cheating on me or messaging with Steve?
He replies.
Well, that's
He
very
replies, nice.
Wait a minute, he replies to you because he doesn't. No, I
Reply to you. But anyway, so he was asking about why Chima was such a kind of a bomb and everything, and
Because I'm kind of new to the game, so to speak.
Understandable.
This is before my time.
understandable.
Because I'm actually using 2 Chima head pieces for my mock, so I'm kind of like delving into it just a little bit, just to see what
Are you Chima curious?
I am.
Yeah.
I like that term.
And all that implies.
Yeah.
The mast and wings. Ooh.
50. I think a couple of, and I told him some reasons maybe you can. So it was the concept was way too hard to grasp for buyers, like grandma buying a birthday present. I mean, you look at that crow set, you're like, what the heck is that thing? Too many characters all at once, and I see that. Let's see, the sets, especially after series 1, was just a Technic box with crap piled on it and a function, and they weren't good to rebuild and everything. I don't know, what else do y'all think was the reason Chima was saying that?
As a watcher of the show with my children, season 1 was good. Season 2 went a little downhill. Like it wasn't as good. Like the story wasn't as good. And I don't know, for some reason, I love season 1. I bought all of the actual the big animal sets, like the beasts.
Yep.
I forgot what they called them. There was a name for them, but I bought all of them because I thought they were cool, and they were the first ones coming with the ball joint parts too.
Yep.
And then they never continued the story of those animals because they were part of the storyline as well. And I was hoping for more animals in like future waves, and they never did that. So
My theory on this is completely unrelated to knowing anything about Chima in general, but I'm pretty sure that it's the same problem that we've seen with Nexonites, Hidden Side, potentially Dreams, is that there's this disconnect between the design teams, the marketing teams, the story behind whatever they're trying to use to promote. It's just not all the pistons are firing in order, and it's causing problems. I mean, if you look at Hasbro and Mattel in the 80s, they had this shit down to a science. And Lego just keeps missing it. I mean, they got lucky with Ninjago. They almost killed Ninjago. And if it wasn't for certain people in the industry,
Chris
clamoring
was
for them not to kill it, it would have died
was
too.
saying that Chima had some kind of like digital app or something to it too.
Collectible. What was the
I'm trying to remember. I thought there was a digital component, but I don't remember what it was.
But
there was
an
an online game. There was like a multi whatever game.
Yeah, but it wasn't like Nexonites where there was something you had to scan during the show or whatever.
It just seems that like themes, like recently, like with Hidden Side and video, like themes that have like some kind of like second port, like digital component to it, just kind of
it always fizzles.
yeah.
It always fizzles. Because if we look at like Monkey Kid, and Monkey Kid is its own property, the sets are fantastic.
Mhm.
The cartoon is fantastic, but it's not marketed to the US. They're marketing it to where they know it's going to do well, and it's doing well there. But they're using all the same formulas that worked in the 80s for toys that they've been failing on all their IP properties. So it's so weird. And that's why I think Chima died. That's why I think Nexonites died. That's why I think Hidden Side died. That's why I think Dreams is going to die.
Hidden Side, the packaging for Hidden Side was just terrible. That was like my main complaint with it, because you look at the shelf,
You didn't know
like,
what it was.
What am I looking at?
Yeah.
Just-
And that should have been a marketing 101 don't do.
yeah.
And I digress. But like for where you guys are talking about Chiba, the cartoon and stuff like that, I watched the Nexonite cartoon, and it really started getting really good, and then they canceled it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like they were doing the whole Disney or Lucas saying, "Hey, we're going to start this off, and it's going to seem like it's kind of kiddie, and then we're going to start introducing some more engaging themes and make it really interesting." And they were really starting to get the stories going, and then they yanked the rug out from under it. So,
Yeah, Jake. The thing about Nexonites is they had Monty Python references in almost every episode.
Yeah,
and then the Yellow Castle showed up and some other cool stuff.
They had just pop culture. They had an entire episode that was basically The Big Lebowski.
Yeah,
I mean, even it was the dude, and he had a bunny, and he bowled. I mean, it was hitting on all cylinders, and no reference.
By the way, this is the part when you're in the old folks' home. You go, "Sure, Grandpa, that happened," and then you.
I can pull up screenshots.
I remember.
I just want to make sure you know,
Well,
I
Dana,
live in
I
a
think, like,
village. I have a Lego store, and you could come live in the village. There are places that come up for sale all the time. It's warmer than Canada. You could live here.
But it's not in Canada. That's the point.
Not in Canada, but it's
And they have better internet in Canada. For the record, my printer.
No.
Can you just full screen me for a second?
Yeah.
I'm printing off Jason's order. This guy named Jason's order, and my printer just decided to do this.
Oof.
I can barely read it, and
I was
like
gonna
the
say-
label came out blurred as well. So your order may be slightly delayed.
Your printer's drunk. It needs to get pulled over.
My printer's like 7 years old. It needs a new printer.
You didn't switch it to imperial. That was the problem.
That's
It
what
could
it
be
is.
the conversion. That's true.
I should have typed in metric. I apologize.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Anyways, I'll get that fixed and figure it out.
But Daniel,
Wow.
you were saying something.
Oh, I was just going to go back to with the Lego themes. I think it goes back to what you were saying about, you know, Grandma looking at the product on the shelf. You know, these concepts are not as digestible as, you know, it's just space or castle or pirates. It's you've got, you know, Ninjago is ninjas, but with this and this. Nexonites is castle, but, you know, it's they've all got this twist to them that I think makes them not as easy to parse. Just
You know what?
at
That
face
is
value.
an excellent perspective, because you're right. I mean, in the 80s, it was a no-brainer. You knew it was
It was
Catholic.
simple.
You knew it was pirates. You knew it was space. You knew it was Western. It was a theme that are universal, that grandparents are like, oh, this is easy.
And you didn't need a story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it was a you know, it was a knockoff version of a, you know, well-known licensed thing like Adventures for Indiana Jones, or, you know, whatever, what have you.
right.
think
Well,
that's what
and to that point, I don't know if you have watched the YouTube channel Secret Galaxy, used to be Toy Galaxy or whatever. They did a story where they revealed, and it's true, that when the last Thundercats cartoon came out, they had made toys. Lego had made toys for Thundercats, and that became Chima. So FYI.
because Thundercats got canceled early, and that's how Chima was born. Yeah.
yeah,
Because it totally makes sense.
You
But,
think that's
but what
why
I
they
always
really
find
focused-
funny is that when you go to Legoland or in Orlando or Tampa or whatever, the Legoland, that they put the Chima ride in like immediately, and then before the ride started, the show's gone, and they're like, so they converted it quickly to the Lego movie land, but there's still signs of Chima as you go through it. It's really hilarious.
But Legoland still has those old things like Adventures and stuff. You know, that stuff had staying power
Yeah.
It does.
back
Well,
then. I bet that Chima stuff will be gone in 5-10 years.
It's that whole concept of the archetype of toys. You know, what was toys in the 40s and the 50s, then in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. You know, what themes have always maintained You know, it's the same reason why Lego will always have a city line, because kids were playing. Well, granted, I don't know how many kids are playing Cops and Robbers as much today as they did when we were kids.
It's a different
But-
take on it.
It's a different take. But when you've
They're
got
not
the
playing
classic-
Cops and Dynamite Factory, that's for sure.
but it says
They have a prison island. Yes.
Yeah.
Cute Dynamite.
Right, Alcatraz
Hideaway.
is fine.
Yeah.
Dynamite Factory, absolutely not.
Exactly. No. But when you've got a theme that's universal, and it's something that people are familiar with, they seem to do better over longer periods of time versus something Chima or whatever. Like you said, if it doesn't make sense to mom and pop, they're probably going to choose something else. So.
Yeah.
You think that's why these?
And it'll be
classics
interesting to
are really
see, Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just going to ask the dumb question. Is that why you're seeing this resurgence lately with the classic sets? Like you're saying, what's old is, I know that it's safe. I can buy that. My kid will.
Oh,
understand.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
I
they've been
think-
mostly doing those as one-offs, so it'll be interesting to see if the city space branded stuff will sell significantly better than regular city stuff, where they're like, okay, we need to do more whole themes of these simpler concepts.
Right.
Do you think
Well,
the D&D is going to kind of maybe get a good foothold because it maybe translates a little bit to the castle, adventure type of mindset, or do you think it'll just die on the vine after one?
That was an idea set, though, wasn't it?
It was, but the fact that we're getting a CMF line as well
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
where it's like, well, because again, it's a $350 set, might be a little hard to gauge, but if the CMF does well, who knows? I mean, I can already think of at least 4 or 5 people who are already going to buy a case of the minifigures outright.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Who are Castle fans, I imagine?
who are Castle fantasy fans in general. I mean, I want at least just one copy for each figure, but I can see how it would be very easy to want multiple copies of all of those figs if you're doing a Castle theme in general.
I'm going to buy a case for myself as
See?
well. So chalk that up by one more.
Yeah. So,
But I won't get the castle or the set itself just because.
but I would hope, and I hope that we do get other alternate sets from it. That would be awesome. I think that would be really cool. My wife would hate the fact that I would be starting to collect another theme, but I would totally be able to sell it because she plays D&D and she would totally dig it. So
Yeah.
I would like to see.
Well, there's a
them do,
whole other
like,
rabbit hole.
creatures line, just individual small sets, $10, $5, $10, $15. They're just creatures.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. no,
Or little dungeon rooms that you could interlock,
Give-
almost like Lego City.
Yeah.
Just build your own dungeon.
build your own
Or
dungeon.
8 by 10 little dungeon passage.
Yeah.
That's a great
Yeah.
idea.
And the thing that I love about the fact that not only they're doing the set, but they're creating a module. Where's Mark when I need him to tell me which way I'm saying this word wrong? But to actually get people who want to maybe play, and I know that Rich has used minifigures for playing D&D. Jesse has made basically a name for himself in the Lego community using minifigures for D&D. It's a no-brainer. And then now if they start actually making figures specifically for it,
Yeah.
I'm excited.
That's a good point.
Makes me want to play again. So
Just try the heck out of it.
Yeah.
You can. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like an Atlanta Brickco exclusive coming up there.
well, I
All
mean,
these little dungeon themes.
Yeah, maybe so.
I mean, think about this. I mean, it's like the next evolution for Minecraft for kids that, you've gotten used to doing this. Here's the next. Now you're creating your own stories and you're doing this combat system that's been around for 50 years that kids have been playing in high school for decades, in college for decades. There are still old gray bricks guys playing this in their basements. It's no longer their mom's basement, but they're still playing it in the basement. And it's, so I think this is something that if Lego keeps it going, it would actually be a viable theme for them. We'll see.
Well, I heard that the castle's coming with that paper, or you can buy the paper.
You got to use the
Module, like
insider
VIP?
points to get it mailed to you. That's the
Oh.
unfortunate. That's the one thing that I'm upset with. They should have just put it in the freaking box.
That would have been awesome.
But we're a-foles. We complain about when we get what we want.
And they didn't give us dice.
And
Yeah,
they don't give you
they-
dice.
towers. They should do creatures. They should do
Yes.
the dungeons. They should
I want multiple I want multiple dragons
Yeah.
in multiple colors. I want trolls. I want dark elves. I want everything. I want scorpions with human centaurs. I give it all to me. I just scoop it
It
all
would
up.
be the Draco Lich. A Draco Lich.
You
A
sound like
Draco?
Veruca
Yes.
Salt. I want a dolly too.
Well, technically, I think in one of the Monkey Kid sets we actually got a closely loose Draco Lich, but it would still be cool to get that. I want a full blown Tiamat. Just give it to me.
You've got intense nigh on to Pentecostal on knowing intense. That's kind of hard. So
Give it to me. So yeah, no, I'm excited. I hope this is the case. I would probably feel bad for my space friends because I would probably start building more D&D type stuff if that was the case. So
Welcome
D&D
to the
space,
fold.
man.
Yeah.
D&D space.
D&D space.
All right.
Well, that was called Star Frontiers, but yes, I played that too.
if you have not picked this little setup,
nice.
it is worth the $15 of price of
That is
admission.
awesome.
It is fantastic.
It looks cool.
So, it was a very quick build, built it on the show, so it's super
You
fun.
didn't need Jake to show you how to go through the instructions?
No, but I do need him to use his eyes to find the sticker sheet that I dropped somewhere. So
It's already for sale at the Bricks and Pieces store
Yes.
close to you, or the Bricks and Pieces
Yeah.
store.
he snuck in here while we were talking. He probably lifted something. So gotta pay. He's gonna go. I'm paying for that tire tomorrow. Yeah, I hear it. So all right, we actually had a topic. Did you see that? We had a
What?
topic tonight. We it was interesting.
I was late. I'm sorry.
We walked
We
right
talked
over.
about Chima and things, sort of. All right. Hey, everybody. It's 1:22 hour and 22 minutes. So we need to sign off. Be awesome. Build awesome. Be kind to your neighbor. Hey, treat somebody well. Wash their feet. That means to serve them and care for them a lot today. So have a good night, everybody.